Hey guys, Anthony here, Bottles and Barbells. Today we're going to do a tabletop review of what I believe is probably one of the best bug out water filters that you could have in your bug out bag, go bag, or just in your gear in general. It is by a company called Renovo. It's called the Trio water filter, Renovo Trio water filter. What this filter has that many others do not have, we'll go over in this video, and I will give some features and explain because of those features the reasons and benefits why I myself am switching to this filter in my bug out bag over, say, the Life Straw or even the Sawyer filter. Now, I will not eliminate the Sawyer filter 100%. I'll probably still carry a Sawyer Mini filter with me, but with this Renovo Trio, it does a little bit more than even the Sawyer does, and gives you that added benefit. One of the things that I'm on the Renovo site here is the pre-filter. So you've got a pre-filter that filters out big particulates, okay? And so that's one thing. We're going to open up the filter and show you this, but I just want to go over this. Then it's got a medical grade ultra filtration. They call it a UF hollow fiber membrane. Now this goes to 0.05 microns, which is better than even the Sawyer filter. So it's got a large surface area that enables a high flow rate, and second, the membrane has a smaller pore size than most other hollow fiber membrane filters. When the hollow fiber membrane has reduced flow, simply back flush the filter with clean water and continue use. It is recommended to back flush this element before putting into storage. And then lastly, what I think is in my situation down here in South Florida is the activated carbon filter, which this is an activated carbon impregnated fiber. To be effective, water must be in contact with the carbon so the carbon can absorb the contaminants. Many water filters use a granular carbon that can develop pathways or channels through the medium, which reduces exposure. Block carbon is by far the best method of exposing water to the medium, but has a significantly low flow rate. Using a carbon impregnated fiber, the Trio is able to maximize exposure while minimizing the pathways or channels that can develop in other filters. Basically what that gives me and what that means to us is this filter can not only filter out bacteria, such as Salmonella, cholera, E. coli, Protozoa, Cryptosporidium, Giardia. It'll also filter out heavy metals like lead, mercury, cadmium, and organic compounds like pesticides and chlorine. Why is that important? It's important for me because down here in a lot of the areas that I could be subject to get water to, they're runoff. They're roadside canals and lakes that have runoff from the roads and or grounds that were treated with pesticides or certain fertilizers. And so I want to be sure that if I'm pulling water out of that area that I have that covered as far as being able to filter out. And this filter seems to be the answer to that. And so that's why I'm recommending and I'm switching to or adding this filter to my bug out bag. Now this filter can go inline like it shows here in the picture. It can hook to a water bottle, screw onto a water bottle, or you could drink from the source or from an open container like you do with, say, a Life Straw or even the Sawyer filter. So there's different methods. So this filter here, coupled with, say, one of these platypus bags, is all you would need in the field in a bug out situation to give you water on the fly or be able to cook with. You could fill up the platypus bag and drink straight from it with the filter screwed onto it. Okay, so let's open the filter up and take a look at it closer and give you some close-up shots of it. But before we do that, before I cut this bag open, these bags come hermetically sealed, and what that means is the activated carbon, when exposed to the elements or to air, will lose its life expectancy. And if you buy these filters and store them, do not take them out of the bag. Keep them in the hermetically sealed bag. They'll stay for years and the carbon filter will not degrade. So take out the one you're going to use, pack it away, and for your spares, keep in the bag. Okay? So let's open this up and come back and take a look at it. Okay guys, once you open up the bag and cut the bag, you'll have the filter right here. It comes out of the bag, looks just like this. We'll take it apart in just a minute, but this is your drink cap that's held on with it's like a silicone type of band that protects that and holds it in place. It runs through here to here, and that's removable so you can get access to the filter medium. There's your area that screws onto, say, a water bottle like a platypus, which I will do in 1 minute. And then you have your drinking, you could attach a drinking straw to the bottom there, attach your inline straw from your water bladder to that, and use this as a drip filter, a gravity type filter. That's no problem. So let's take this platypus bottle, put this down for a moment. The filter's about 7 inches long, that's why I have the ruler there, just so you guys could see dimension wise. So here's a platypus bottle, a 17-ounce platypus bottle. All the platypus bottles have the same, mouth here, so they'll work on the bigger ones as well. And about one turn and it's screwed on. And now you can fill your platypus bottle up with water that's suspect. Turn it over, squeeze it through, or just drink it straight through the cap. Okay, so that's what the platypus. I don't have a regular water bottle here, or I would test that out, but I'm sure it can screw onto a regular water bottle as well. Okay, so let's show you what this comes with when you open it. You're going to get this little foldable card, directions that it comes with. It gives you an overview on the parts. And again, what I like about this filter is you can buy spare elements for it and stock them, which I like a lot. Gives you some directions on direct filtration, how to do it. We briefly talked about that a minute or two ago. Talks about how to do it through a bottle filtration right there. Standard 28 millimeter bottle. It screws on just like we showed a second ago with the platypus. Talks about the hydration, reservoir filtration, how to do it. It gives you a little picture there. Then it goes over cleaning and maintenance. It talks about rinsing it and soaking it in a solution of vinegar to prevent cross-contamination. Let everything dry out before you put it away. So again, it talks about that. And maybe I'll do videos on that when I actually put this to the test and use it. I'll do a cleaning video and take it from there. And there's your how to take this apart, which we're going to do in just a second. How it comes apart and goes back together. Then some technical specs. Again, 0.05 microns. It weighs, I weighed it at 3 ounces. They have it 3.5 ounces here. Size 7 inches by just over an inch in diameter. Does 1,000 liters, and that's because of the carbon filter is rated at that, but the main filter in this, they say, will do up to 1,000 gallons. So when the carbon filter has stopped working, the regular filter can go far longer, although they recommend changing them all at the same time. And then you'll get a little baggie here with a extra pre-filter in it. So there's an extra, there's actually, it's like more than one in there. No, that's, I'll open that up and take a look. It looks like more than one. So let's come back and open this filter up and take it apart. Okay guys, we're back. I opened up the little baggie here, and if you could see, I don't know how hard it is to see here, but there's a whole bunch of these discs, these pre-filtered discs. It looks like there's about 12 of them. I'll just take one out here. There's one. There's a whole bunch more here. so you get more than one pre-filter. So these I would recommend carrying in case you're, into turbid water. You could toss out this pre-filter, the old one, and just throw a new one in. So you can keep this in like your medical kit or your little first aid kit, self-aid kit, so you know you have it with you to change out. So to take this apart, on the bottom where the dirty water inlet would be, where you would put into the water, you would unscrew this, just like this, and you'll see there's a little O-ring right here. There's your exterior with the threaded area for a bottle, and there's your little medium for large particles. So you would pop that out, and that's it for that. That exposes now the section of the filter, the ultrafiltration section of the filter that you can see here, which is right there. So we'll open the top. If you pop the cap and give this a twist, it kind of pops right out. I took it off a few times, and you'll see how it goes back in a second. But this little cover, nipple cover, and this rubberized covering here comes right off. Okay, there is your carbon element. That can be unscrewed and taken out, and a new one put in. Okay, I'm not going to unscrew that, but that could be unscrewed, taken out. That's like a carbon disc. And so I'm going to look up the parts on this and try to put them in the description box as well, so you can order new parts for this. There's your sippy end, the area that you would drink from. Okay, and again, there's a little O-ring right here where the carbon is, where everything screws down together. So that's that. Now, here's your main filter. So what you would do is just push this through. Now you have your empty membrane there, or your empty covering, and then there's your ultra high filtration filter that you would replace or take apart and dry out before you put it back together. Okay, so there's your parts, guys. There's your three filter mediums: pre-filter, main filter, and carbon filter, all together here. There's the body of the unit and the cap. Guys, let's put this together. So we have the body of our filter. We'll take our ultrafiltration medium and put it through just like that. There's the cap for it, or the cover, the screen, and that just pushes down just like that. You have it back to where we had it before. Our pre-filter at the bottom where the straw goes, or where it screws onto your bottle, that just screws into place there. And now all that remains is to put your end cap on here. But before you do that, you have to put your this little rubberized item here on. So what we'll do is try to keep this all in the camera. There's a little spot right here, back here, where the back of this goes. So we'll line that up and just pull that over. It's hard to keep this all in the camera, and when you're filming, it's 10 times harder than when you actually do it. So here, you see here, you line up these little tabs, one on this side, I think you can see it, and one on this side, and then just turn into place. Pull down your little neoprene sleeve over everything. There you go. See how that fits in back there into that little groove. and then that's it. You're good to go, and your filter is put together. Okay? So that was my first 1 or 2 times taking it apart, putting it together. It's not that hard, you just got to practice with it. But there you go, guys. So the next video would be to actually take this out, test it out, and see how it works. But at 3 ounces, very good item for the bug out bag. Highly recommend it. Check them out. Check out some other videos on YouTube on this item. And once you open it, they're saying that the charcoal medium needs to be replaced in about a year. So mark 12 months from when you open it. That way you can keep track. Just replace it. That way you make sure that when you do need it, everything is working and functioning flawlessly. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Questions, comments, let me know. If you have one of these, let me know what you think. But the Renovo Trio water filter, today's video. Take care. Stay ready.